The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the vast expanse of the savanna. The savanna was bathed in shades of orange and purple, a breathtaking canvas painted by the retreating sun. A lone figure, a majestic lion, lay on a patch of dry grass, his golden fur blending with the earth. His mane, once a symbol of power and pride, was now dull and matted, a testament to the battles he had fought and the years he had endured. His breaths were shallow, each one a struggle, his body racked with illness that sapped his strength and vitality. He was a king nearing the end of his reign, a ruler who had once commanded the respect and fear of all who roamed his domain. The lion's eyes, though clouded with pain, still held a flicker of their old fire, a reminder of the fierce spirit that had once burned brightly within him. He watched as shadows stretched and the first stars began to appear, twinkling like distant memories in the darkening sky. The wind shifted, carrying with it a new scent, the scent of danger. The scent of hyenas lurking in the distance, waiting for their moment to strike. From the tall grass, eyes gleamed. The hyenas had arrived, their presence a silent whisper carried by the wind. They were a pack of opportunistic hunters, drawn by the scent of weakness. Their noses twitched as they sniffed the ground, searching for any sign of vulnerability. They circled the lion, their low, guttural calls echoing through the twilight. The air was thick with tension, each hyena's movement calculated and deliberate. The lion watched them with a stoic gaze, his eyes unblinking. He was aware of their every move, his muscles coiled and ready. He knew their reputation, their hunger for carrion, and their willingness to bring down the weak. The hyenas were relentless, their eyes gleaming with a predatory hunger, but he was still a lion and fear was not in his nature. He stood tall, his presence commanding respect and instilling fear in the hearts of his adversaries. He let out a low growl, a rumble that seemed to shake the very ground beneath them. It was a warning, a declaration of his dominance and a reminder of his strength. The hyenas were a whirlwind of nervous energy. They darted in and out of the lion's line of sight, their yelps and laughter echoing in the growing darkness. They were testing him, probing for weakness. One, bolder than the others, edged closer, its teeth bared in a silent snarl. The lion's ears twitched. With a speed that belied his weakened state, he rose to his feet. The hyena, startled by his sudden movement, scrambled back, yelping in alarm. Section 4. Echoes of Ancient Battles. The air crackled with tension. This was more than just a standoff between predator and scavenger. It was an ancient rivalry, passed down through generations. Lions and hyenas, locked in a constant battle for territory and survival. The hyenas knew they had an advantage. The lion was old, sick, vulnerable. But there was a hesitation in their movements, a flicker of fear in their eyes. They remembered the stories, the legends of the lion's strength. Section 5. An Uneasy Truce. The standoff continued for what felt like an eternity. The lion and the hyenas, locked in a silent battle of wills, neither side willing to back down. The tension in the air was palpable, a fragile balance that could tip at any moment. The lion, his strength fading, slowly lowered himself back to the ground. His muscles ached from the prolonged standoff, and his breath came in heavy, labored pants. He knew he needed to conserve his energy for the battles yet to come. The hyenas, their courage faltering, kept their distance. They circled warily, eyes glinting in the moonlight, calculating their next move. They were many, but they knew the lion's strength was not to be underestimated. The night deepened, the stars a silent audience to this tense tableau. The vast African savanna, usually so full of life, seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the outcome of this nocturnal confrontation. Finally, as the first hint of dawn touched the horizon, the hyenas melted back into the tall grass. Their retreat was not a sign of defeat, but a strategic withdrawal, a promise of future encounters. The lion watched them go, a low growl rumbling in his chest. His eyes, though tired, were still sharp, tracking their movements until they disappeared from sight. He knew this was just a temporary reprieve. He had survived another night. The dawn brought a brief moment of peace, a chance to rest and gather his strength. But he was acutely aware that this peace was fleeting, a mere pause in the ongoing struggle for survival. But the encounter was a stark reminder of his own mortality, of the ever-present danger that lurked in the shadows. Each night was a battle, each dawn a victory, but the war was far from over. The battle for now was over. The savannah, bathed in the soft light of dawn, seemed to exhale, returning to its usual rhythm. But beneath the surface, the tension remained, a constant undercurrent in the cycle of life and death. The war, however, was far from won. The lion, though weary, was ready for the challenges that lay ahead. He knew that each day brought new threats, new battles, and he was prepared to face them with unwavering determination.